What am I going to say about hot relationships? Yeah, I'm doing this training program about not being greedy, not being a sex addict, not overindulging in anything, but leading a balanced life. So, what am I going to say about how could we make our relationships hotter? I was having a good conversation with a good friend today about having healthy, what was it? It was honest. It was H for honest, O for open, honest and open and transparent communication in our relationships. And I was talking about if one person is thinking about going outside of the relationship, or they feel like they're flirting with someone or having thoughts about someone else, that they should be open and honest about that, that we should be open and honest about all different things to each other. I mean, don't go telling your partner all sorts of stuff that's going to hurt their feelings. But if you're seriously feeling a slippery slope that you're getting attracted to someone else, then that can be a sign that something's not right with your relationship there. And if we're going to have hot relationships, that it actually does increase the emotional intimacy and the intimacy of the relationship, to have this sort of hot relationship. So my good friend was joking to me that they were going to go have a chat with their life partner, and that they were going to say, do you think our relationship is hot enough? Like, how can we make it hotter? And joke around with their partner and explain it to their partner about what it actually meant there. But I was having such a good conversation with my good friend there today, and really enjoying the time. And I was also talking about veganism, about that, that there used to be a lot of militant veganism, because another good friend was saying something about, I said something about, I mentioned something about veganism, and they mentioned about vegans telling other people to be vegans. And they said it in such a way that um, it was hard to tell whether there was any sort of judgment there, because it sounded pretty neutral. But I went away and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about it, and then I thought, I haven't really come out in the open, because I didn't want to come across as a militant vegan or anything like this. But I was having this good conversation with my same good friend today, who I was having the conversation with about having hot relationships, and making the relationships hotter. I was talking about how I am a vegan, and um, I started telling someone recently, someone I know who loves animals, just encouraging them pretty much to be vegan. I sort of felt a bit of a challenge laid down after my other good friend was making that comment about vegans telling other people to be vegans, and I felt sort of prohibited, and I was reflecting on it, thinking, why have I held back on this? I was talking to my good friend today, saying there's so much advertising, there's so many people talking about how you should eat meat, and talking about eating meat and eggs and dairy and stuff. So why does a good person like me, who feels like giving a voice to those living beings on the planet who have been victimized, why do I feel like it'd be such a crime to kindly and just in a really healthy and respectful way just to say that I am a vegan, and that I encourage you to be a vegan too if you can. Like I was saying to my good friend that I've found that it's really simple and easy, and I can understand that a lot of people find it hard to be vegan. And I was a meat eater most of my life, so I can understand sometimes it's not easy to change habits or whatever. But I was saying how with the science of the mind, there's no pressure about it. There's no obligation, and there's no punishment. There's none of these dynamics like expectations. It's just saying there's something good to do. We can be more harmless to animals, and I suppose I should put that out there as a fundamental principle of the science of the mind is just a do no harm attitude, at the very least. As a baseline to aim for that as a goal, to train towards it as a training goal, and to feel excited about that, I suppose, like make a goal for it. And I was saying how I've found that since I've turned vegan with my family, that cooking is so much easier and simpler, and I don't feel like it is more expensive. Tend to eat organic vegan, but I think buying meat, it can be really expensive too. So there's something nice. It feels good. It feels healthy. It feels like a happy thing to do, and it's definitely healthier for the animals too. So I encourage you, and I was making a joke that would form like this organization called the NVV, which sounds like almost sounds like could be a violent revolutionary political organization or something, the NVV, but it's just standing for non-violent vegans. There used to be this thing about militant veganism, but I saw this sign or this bumper sticker on the back of a car recently, and it said "Friends, not food," and had a cartoon picture of a cow and a chicken and a pig and a sheep. And it was really sweet. I was saying, this is non-violent veganism. It's not militant veganism anymore. It's just encouraging people to shift their perceptions and see things in a good way. It's not forceful at all. It's just like educational and encouraging people. And it's about friendship. It's about harmlessness. So I found it to be a beautiful thing. So there we go. Had a really good conversation with a good friend today, talking about making our relationships hotter and talking about veganism, if we can go vegan as a family. I'm really into this sort of like community spirit of non-violence. I was talking to my good friend about us supporting each other and encouraging each other, and we're all a big team. And when I do good things and talk about good things, then it encourages other people to talk about good things and think about good things and do them. So get into it. It's the science of the mind training, and it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it's about doing good things. And I'm trying to make a community here of people who care and who are into doing good things. And we're shameless about it. Got no shame.